Borealis, at this hour, in this quadrant of the galaxy, over our empire. That's a classic joke for Simpsons fans. I'm Grant. Thanks for coming to the stream.
Hi, it's Quinn, and I was just puzzled trying to figure a follow-up. I'm not sure what Skinner says right after that. I just know that he comes...
I think it's just like a yes.
Yeah, can I see it? No. Well, we are seeing it, and we're scared, because this is a gateway into the unknown.
That is the dimension. Unknown?
Yeah, like, you see a little bit of the unknown right there.
Into the unknown.
And right out of it came a whole bunch of Elsas.
Out of the unknown.
Yeah, so bright we can't even look at them.
They're too bright. We need sunglasses.
So, last we left off, oh, geez.
Oh, that was bigger than I thought.
I actually haven't seen an artifact like that before. That's weird. So, last we left off, we decided we'd go ahead and summon the end times a bit early, seeing that the game was kind of falling into stagnation since I couldn't really...
Time for us to move this party up.
Yeah, unfortunately, they decided to spawn right in the one part of the galaxy that, it's only really our problem. So maybe our enemies will exploit it. Maybe they'll just sit there and see if we burn, or maybe we'll triumph over the Unbidden and show them all with our strange new extra-dimensional tech. Who knows? Right now, what I do know is that Ninja Chimp subscribed for 7 months. Thank you. And it looks like Disney World is going to be the first flashpoint of the conflict. I don't really have enough time to build up defenses, but I am sending the Puddin' Patrol over there to see if we can't counter this first Unbidden fleet. And also I am pulling Laboon's Requiem out with his jump drive, so we will keep our planet killers safe and sound. So now that I've moved time forward... Oh, and I've done some backroom work trying to... Yeah, no, so that's all of our ring worlds now being very mad that I've moved all the slaves there.
Our slave colonies.
Yeah, I solved their unemployment problem for all of maybe a year by just ordering all the slaves to go to the ring world, and because now they don't have a lot of overseers, they're kind of mad. So that's going to be worked on for a little bit. Yeah, they're definitely moving to Disney World. So... Let's see, I do have enough of those built up, so let's go ahead and enact our emergency superpower edicts. Oh, I see they're still active from the last battle. Let me add on to that with a Grand Fleet. Let's see here. Ooh, is this really a defensive war? Not sure. Either way, we're not using the Unity for anything else, so let's do it.
Quick, thank you, Dendesto, for the bits, Vamp Planet and Zealous Minion for the subs, all giving their support of the Eternal Empire, and Big Piglet throwing 500 bits with a very nice message that I just want to share with everybody in the chat. Random reminder that you are a good person, and the world is better with you in it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Piglet.
Oh, and Vamp Planet gifting a bunch of subs. We got 10 gifted. Thank you very much, Vamp Planet, and welcome, everybody, to the crew. And welcome to space.
A spaceport has been lost to the other side.
Yep, there goes Disney World.
You open it for 10 minutes after this quarantine, and someone's already knocking down the borders.
And it looked like the Trade Association decided to pick a fight with the Awakened Empire, the Hesukar Zealots, so at least that'll keep the Union of Sovereign Stars busy. Yeah, they were the ones to lose so much in that war.
Vessels have been refitted.
Okay, so that's going... Where is the Puddin' Patrol? Because I really need them to fight these guys off.
Vessels have been reinvigorated.
Where are you? Wait, I told you guys to come over here. Why did you stop? Okay, so where are they going next? Okay, it looks like one fleet is sitting over it, while another one is heading towards Redacted. So it looks like our first fight is going to be in the Redacted system.
Might be quiet for a second. I was drinking water. It went down the wrong pipe.
I've had that happen too many times. I feel your pain.
A study has been completed. A station is under attack.
Ooh, been a second since I've done that. Yeah, my throat is still like scared.
Oops. Before you guys get into a fight, it would really help if you probably had an admiral. Let's sure. Brain Slug. Gaia Equitius. Good luck, Gaia. So now we have the fleet, we have the hit and run, and we're probably going to lose a whole lot of corvettes in this engagement.
You gotta believe! Like Tuckendorf! Thank you for those gifted subs, Tuckendorf. 10 more people to the crew added to the ranks of the Eternal Empire.
All right, looks like we can whittle them down to their capital ships pretty quickly. Oh, hello. All right, hold on. Let's see how that went. Okay, it was a total loss for them. And we only lost 23 corvettes. This nice. Bodes well. As long as we don't get outnumbered, we can match the Unbidden. But
we can protect the universe from the end times.
It did take a massive chunk out of all of our cruisers, though. I am not sure if we should push to Disney World already. We may end up losing a lot of our capital ships.
I don't think this cruiser's gonna make it to Disney.
Well, you know what? What do you do after a victory? You go to Disney World. I'm gonna risk it. We have so many more of our fleets over here at our massive shipyard complex getting refitted. So there will definitely be more to come up should the Puddin' Patrol have to fall back. And in the meantime, while they're engaging, let's check to see where are the... Okay, yeah. That's definitely bad.
They're moving in.
And it looks like they're moving all of them our direction. They've probably realized how big of a threat we are. This would be a great time for the sovereignty.
Those guys want to fight.
This would be a great time for the sovereignty to maybe try and reclaim some of their turf. I'm not sure how smart their AI is going to be. All right, that's 2 victories for Puddin' Patrol, and also some debris got left behind. Why are you all the way over here? Probably because I had you surveying and then left you there. Wow, none of the Stein ships are really close enough to deal with this. We've got some nice extra-dimensional debris over here, and they're all just like, la 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 la.
Chilling out, having fun.
All right.
I think would be a nice mechanic in games like this. You mentioned how it would be cool if the sovereignty would, maybe try and take some of their territory back during this brief moment of, lull in combat for them. I wish, especially in games where there's alliances and stuff, like in Civ, if there was just a way to give them suggestions, I know it would be impossible to really come up with all the permutations that a player would want, but just kind of vague, get aggressive, be passive, give me a sec, little stuff just to be because if you were in a real alliance, you would be able to cooperate and plan together to some degree.
I agree. You could kind of say the sovereignty was never really a willing subject, especially since we blew up their homeworld. So it kind of makes sense that they're just... Are they heading for the Empire?
Makes sense in this situation if they wouldn't have a way for us to really tell them what to do.
Yeah. But no, I do agree. On a more strategic scale, if we had willing allies, we still couldn't tell them what to do.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like the Highwind fleet is the only other fleet available. Why is it asking me to reinforce when the fleet is already full? Whatever. Highwind fleet is the only other fleet that's fully capable of delaying. Who else could maybe go up with them to help? We do have the Zarkons. Then again, with their pilgrimage, we can't be sure. Okay, shield penetration, but then all of these are weak against shields. So I think the pilgrims are going to be a bit disadvantaged to help us. That being said, we're not fighting the zealots, so keeping them over here isn't doing us much good. So I think we should just start seeing what we can mass up at Myotis. Let's see.
The troops prepare a defense.
The Bloody Feast are also ready to go, so you guys go ahead and head over there. The Highwind fleet. Go ahead and head over to Myotis. We'll start massing up our forces at Myotis and just see what happens. Oh, okay. Oh, no, they were just coming back out. Yeah.
They changed their mind.
So here's the thing: they have construction ships. That means they can actually claim territory, and each one of these they build a dimensional anchor. Actually, no. It looks like standard starbase because the dimensional anchor they currently have is this one. I think the more of these they have, the more ships they can call in. Because it's essentially stabilizing... Oops, see, there's that artifact again. Stabilizing the rift they came through.
Ooh, I like the synergy Green Eldridge and Sysith are coming up with how we cracked their planet, but they told us, according to Green Eldridge, who remembers correctly, they told us they'd prefer to have their homeworld destroyed than asked us to take it. It's not our fault. They didn't understand that we take things literally. And with Faze, that's just feels like the Omni-Man thing. Think sovereignty! You asked for a world cracker!
Interesting. It looks like a, well, relatively small Unbidden fleet just showed up in Tree of Blight. Did I miss that? They didn't attack. They would have just had to blow past the Puddin' Patrol. So how did they get to Tree of Blight?
It's the lid right between.
Because if they went this way, they would have destroyed the star forts we had there. And they just destroyed the science ship I had coming over there. That's fun. And Puddin' Patrol's actually weaker than this fleet. Oh, nope, spoke too soon. Looks like most of our anti-shield weaponry is still coming to our defense.
Turns out we still hard counter them. Thank you, Sergeant Redman, for the 100 bits. I just wanted to say hey there to two of my favorite TFS members.
Oh, thank you. Unbidden jump drives? Well, shit. I didn't think the AI would use them. Okay, because now the Puddin' Patrol is definitely way too weak to keep up the fight. The Bloody Feast and Highwind fleet combined would be just powerful enough to take on their big, heavy-hitting fleet. But not all of the fleets they're sending our way. So this will be interesting. I think I'm gonna try and have our battleship fleets make a stand at Redacted. Meanwhile, because Myotis and Human Juice are connected by a gate, so everything that goes up to our mega shipyard can immediately come down here to reinforce. But I'm thinking the Bloody Feast and Highwind fleets are going to get pretty banged up.
They can take it. They've served the Empire for so long.
Yeah, indeed. How long have those fleets been with us? I feel like the Highwind
I feel like the Highwind was like one of the first.
Yeah, Highwind was definitely one of the first battleship fleets we made. So it's been with us for hundreds of years.
Some people say they don't remember the Puddin' Patrol. I feel like the Puddin' Patrol was a fairly recent addition, but I do remember doing it.
It was. I think it was one of the fleets I made during like the kind of downtime between streams, and I was quickly trying to pull up names for fleets.
Gotcha. Yeah, in retrospect, the list I have for fleets and ship names, I probably should have just put that on our company drive, so if I wasn't here, it would be easy to access. Plus, it would update and, be consistent.
All right. Okay, so which way are you guys heading? Man, you are able to stack up your fleets really well, and I'm scared. Because that's like 300k fleet power right there. I only have 180 with the battleship fleets. Now the Pilgrims are here too. That ends up being 270. This is the Battle of the Redacted system is going to probably be one of the big ones of this war.
The Battle of the Redacted system will have untold numbers.
Yeah, I think the Smart and Handsomes are going to have to join in too. In fact, I'm wondering how, depending on how quickly these fleets move, they may have to fall back to Tree of Blight. Okay, Sovereignty. Pretty much all of their fleets are over here now. Okay, spoke too soon, because there's still a big clump right here, too.
I saw, where was it? It was earlier. Omega Syntax earlier said that we didn't kill them. The ones that disengaged respawned. I think in reference to
Oh,
when we were
really?
confused how those things slip by.
Oh,
so I think that might
okay.
be something they can do. So maybe when we think places are empty, they are not. They're just laying and
Well,
waiting.
because I know we just obliterated that first fleet, so I assumed that second fight ended the same way. They probably did just disengage, though. I'd buy that. Okay, so we have our fleet starting to mass up at Disney, redacted, but how many are there? High Wind, Bloody Feast, Puddin' Patrol is falling back. Or are they? Okay, no, Puddin' Patrol is fully repaired, they're just weaker. We're gonna have to throw everything we got at this, so you go ahead and join in the redacted too.
Get in there.
Oh hey, the Sovereignty actually had a fleet show up. Are they joining in?
Time they showed some
Nope,
support.
just chilling above the sun. We're
Never
rooting
mind.
for you, Empire. You go ahead.
You just keep trying.
A study
Thanks,
has
Mistress
been
Bird, for the sub, saying this might be the last one I can afford for a while, but it's still worth it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Always remember, take care of yourself first. We appreciate the support, but not at the expense of yourself.
Okay, here we go. They're jumping to redacted. What is the if the community is not voting on, hey, let's deal with these extra galactic invaders, I'm gonna be mad. Charter workers' rights, what does that even do? I don't even remember.
M. Sully asking if a miracle happens and we get a Xenoverse 3, who do I think Froyo, the child of Puddin, will end up with? First of all, Puddin stuff, I'm going to be real with y'all, feels like a million years ago to me. I have done and made so many things since then. But if I had to guess, I'm going to go ahead and say Froyo seems like a Goldo fan. I think Froyo and Goldo, the double O's that we're going to call them. It's going to be their power couple name.
Okay, I've ordered everyone to the redacted system, so what happens now happens. So let's just enjoy the light show.
Time control power. Look at the pretty light show as we defend the universe.
Well, it doesn't look like they're using any smaller craft. It's just a bunch of battleships at this point. Oh, but I am seeing stuff jump away. I can't tell if it's their stuff or
A
ours.
study has been completed.
There's still a whole lot of blue ships just floating there. I'm scared. Okay, I need to check on this.
We need to see how these.
Alright, the
numbers are.
Bloody Feast cut and run. But they did a lot of damage. Ooh, yeah, geez. That's a whole lot. It's a whole lot of nasty. The Smart and Handsomes have shown up, but it may be too little too late. Is there anyone else that can still join the fight? Oh yeah, Shroud, you want to call now? We're busy!
Shit's going on, man.
Okay, Incisors, Linebackers of the Dead, Morbid Swarm. Man, they're all down strength because of that war with the Hussars. What do they have left? Pretty much 80,000 fleet strength. Smart and Handsomes can't do that alone. The Interstellar Texan may be able to help, or maybe stop them at Tree of Blight. I'm going to do that. Smart and Handsomes may just have to continue to whittle them down. Oh geez, they annihilated the Puddin' Patrol. Yeah, that fleet's gone.
Sorry, Puds.
I'll call the Shroud after this. Maybe we'll get a god willing to help. Okay, we don't have to have this be so slow.
You can watch the battle, but it doesn't have to be in real time.
A study has been completed.
Tower of
good,
the
we
Dragon
get more-
asking if we'll ever do a. Oh god.
No, it's just the assembly I queued up ages ago finally finished, so now people like us more.
That's good to know. But Tal was asking if we had any plans on any more TFS wars, maybe one on Stellaris. I don't think we could convince anyone else to play Stellaris. If we had a group, I might give it a shot. But
Yeah.
I think it would come down to me and Quinn, and
Yeah.
I would definitely just be like, "How about Quinn? You just play again, and I'd watch you."
Yeah, it would take forever. Not a lot of people would be interested. I think unfortunately when it comes to doing something with Stellaris, it's slim pickings for the team. We talked a little bit about doing some more stuff with Civilization 6, but we are going to take a bit of a break.
Yeah, we were considering doing. They have those little
Ship repair.
multiplayer only campaign modes.
Damn it!
That I haven't really messed with, so
So
would
we
maybe
didn't-
give everybody an equal footing.
Yeah, we didn't get a curse, but I wanted to boost our ship repair, given, all of our fleets being knocked out of existence. Sadly, did not get a bonus. Did someone ask about Valheim? Yes, I was hoping that... I'm still building habitats? I didn't know that. Why is this stuff still happening? Well, in times of chaos, we can still make ourselves new colonies. So, do we have a colony name still on the list?
A new colony name, boy howdy. Okay, let's see. I wanna actually hold on. This isn't a tomb world, is it?
No, it is an orbiting colony.
All right, someone had a tomb world specific thing, so I'll skip that for now. This is welcome to Tiny Train World's suggestion of Zone of Danger.
All right.
Thank you very much, Tiny Train World. I always feel welcomed by you.
Oh, okay, good. I was buying that, so we're good.
And they were also the person asking about Valheim. What were you saying about that?
Yes, I was hoping we could actually get a group together today. Not today, but this week. But a couple of people that were interested didn't think their computers can handle the strain of walking through South City. So it's still happening, but we might. I don't know. I don't know. Brain fart. I think we are going to wait until either the game gets that Home and Hearth update or just a general stability update, because the last thing we need to do, aside from just build up the realm, is handle the final boss. So I don't want us to kind of jump in, do that, and then just never touch Valheim again. If I'm doing Valheim again, I may just do it myself and generally just check in on the server. All right. So what's going on here? Okay. So luckily the smart and handsome's lost, but they didn't get destroyed, and they pretty much blunted that offensive to the point where if they decided to try and attack Tree of Blight, the Interstellar Texan could stop them. Meanwhile, they've got this other massive armada that... Man, they did not like the fact that we were fighting back, because they were just sending everything our way. Jeez, look at all these jump points into the sovereignty territory that they are just ignoring. Okay, but it looks like the sovereignty isn't taking this sitting down. They are sending a relatively powerful fleet to jump down their throats. So this isn't all in vain. The sovereignty realizes this is also an existential threat. So there's that. Meanwhile, I can't repair what they've destroyed because they're still sending fleets my way, but we can at least start repairing what we've lost. This Pilgrim fleet's practically nothing. Smart and Handsomes are still missing. The Interstellar Texan can't upgrade. It's about to get into a fight. So let's go ahead and spend what alloys we've got buffing the fleets that haven't gotten into combat yet. Let's do the Morbid Swarm. They've done us good. So they of all the fleets that have been with us, they've been with us from the start.
We know we can trust them.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all of our alloys right now. Everything else is going to have to go to repairs. Oh, geez, I was building a lot of habitats. I guess I was doing this and the Ring World as kind of offloading our slave population. So we got this is another orbiting habitat. Do we have a... Oh, I forgot. I don't have any alloys because of the purchases. There we go. Still, colony name. We got one.
Colony name. Here we go. Where is it on the list? Here we go. We have from Not Dante. We have Oyasumi. Oyasumi. Was in honor of a song on Kieran's stream, but that name was suggested to us a while ago, so it was a stream from probably a couple months ago now.
Whoa, well, I just want to think if it was him streaming Mori? I forget the name of the game.
Omori?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Okay, are you guys still heading? Oh, they're falling back. Huh. This may be too bold, but I think I'm going to try and have the interstellar Texan pick them off before reinforcements show up. Ooh, okay, that's the constructor.
A spaceport is for sale.
Take him down, interstellar Texan!
Get him!
Okay, good. The Pilgrims were getting repaired at the Texan, so they followed him in. That's probably for the best.
Whoop.
Alright, so finally that system is clear. Do we have any scientists left? You, but you're forever away. This guy's gonna take another 2 years to get there. I really need this tech. Go and research it now. Meanwhile, you try and repair some of that. Okay, what are you guys doing? Are you still trying to jump down my throat, or are you falling back? Still trying to jump down my throat. Got it. Oh, what fun it is to fight. See, really? You got the sovereignty right here taking your star bases down, and you still just want to attack me. I guess I should be flattered that you think I'm that big of a threat. Oh shit, and yeah, those Marauders were not destroyed, they just jumped away. Where did they go? Okay, so move the Pilgrims we have here. Oh, that's probably not going to go over well. Okay, so the Smart and Handsomes and the Bloody Feast have returned. Everything needs to get repaired. Yeah, they all... I'm not sure... I don't know how well the hit and run strategy helped us out here. Because if they fought to the death... Well, I mean, if they fought to the death, the result we have now would probably just be the same. Now that we still have those fleets that could be rebuilt. Aside from the Putin Patrol. Rest in peace. You guys are really not turning around? I'm honestly curious, because the Sovereignty, yeah, the Sovereignty's gonna attack their anchor, and that's the only one they have right now. I'm honestly quite flummoxed that they've decided to just throw everything at me instead of protect the anchor. Although now that I think about it, every ship you destroy... Honestly, I was hoping that'd be a lot more than 3,000 points.
We were hoping it'd be bigger.
A study has been completed.
You guys suck.
Get out of here.
Establishing a new colony.
Vorpalum asking if we've researched the Unbidden's weapons yet.
We haven't gotten any of their debris.
Oh.
We can only get that tech from their debris, and they keep freaking attacking the only two systems there's debris in. I'd have to push them to Disney World to get the scientists enough time to research the debris in Redacted.
Gotcha.
And I've sacrificed pretty much our entire navy just to keep them at bay this far. You know what? Go ahead and fall back to
any leftovers.
Tree of Blight, because you're not going to get that done by the time they show up. Yeah, we already lost a science ship trying to get this debris. And at this point, I don't think holding our ground at Redacted is going to do us any good. What can we throw at Tree of Blight to hold the line? The Nosgoth and Morbid Swarm fleets. Let's see. 3 fleets, 78,000 fleet power. That ends up being just about 300k total, if I'm rounding up a bit. So we need to offer up enough fleet power to pretty much match that number. And then our tech advantage, well, not our tech advantage, but at least the fact that we're targeting their shields and not wasting time on armor, will probably give us an edge. So the Nosgoth fleet, a Morbid Swarm fleet, gives us 180. I'll round that up to 200 because it's a bit more. We would also need the Interstellar Texan, the Bloody Feast. Yeah, we pretty much, I guess, I mean, even the fact that none of these fleets are at full strength, we're probably just going to have to call the entire flank over.
Gather them. We will rally at the edge of the Tree of Blight. Redacted calls for aid.
And we will not answer. We're focusing on Tree of Blight. And then we have the Traveler, which I'm not even sure what kind of weapons it has. Not good against shields. Alright, you will stay out of this fight. Go hold the Boar system. Hey, you know what? How's the war with the Union going, Zealots? I wonder. I can't tell if anything's different. Oh, well, they got their planet killer over here.
Sitting and waiting.
Where is it? I know it's here. I saw it. Ah, yeah, just sitting there. Looking pretty. Alright, anyway, that was a nice little distraction. Let's go back to our desperate hour.
Bird, don't feel bad misspelling rendezvous. The French don't know how to use their Z's.
I'm kind of thinking of, like, Blazing Saddles, where they just set up a toll booth. Like, we need more time! Anyone got a dime? Okay, yeah, see, they're attacking the Dimensional Anchor. Like, guys, you need to defend this, or you're going to lose your invasion. Like, it doesn't matter how many fleets you throw at me. If you lose the anchor, you're, rip in our dimensions gone. Maybe go back and protect that? Maybe? Nope, just heading right towards Redacted. Well, screw you too. The dimensional portal in the Sim system has been destroyed. This means that the exponential invaders can no longer receive reinforcements from their twisted realm. With the destruction of the portal, the end of this invasion is finally in sight. A profound sense of... We're not even fucking 30 minutes in! And because they couldn't be bothered to defend their one anchor, it's already over. And the sovereignty takes all the fucking credit.
Wait, but they work for us, so it's like we get the credit, right? There are, like...
Let's find
pawns.
out.
And hey, the sovereignty can't take credit if there isn't a sovereignty left, if you know what I mean.
Well, they only got 60 points from defeating crisis ships, which is less than us, but... I named this stream The End Times, and I just feel like I've let everybody down. But I don't want to summon another crisis, because we've like this took the wind out of us, but it
I
just.
mean, look, what if we let the universe fall? What if?
Stop! Whatever you're doing, get over here. Oh, you're dead.
What if we usher in a galactic dark age?
Well, yeah, I would have to get the Nemesis DLC for that.
Oh.
Totally doable, but you need another expansion.
Well, is there someone we can destroy?
Well, let's okay, so we
we
still have this massive fleet that's trying to drive at us, so let's deal with that
There's
first.
There's at
Gather
least a
up some tech, because we're at least going to get a big tech bonus from this when it's over. Okay, it's not safe there. Just get over to Myotis.
Halo and Otis.
We'll get the tech. We'll have an edge. We'll see where things turn out.
That's pretty hilarious, though. So basically, they had a big weak point just sitting there that they kept not protecting, and then Sovereignty was like, "Hey, what's up?"
What the hell? I guess that got glitched.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's another artifact, but now it's sticking. Oh, that's really weird. See, the whole way the Unbidden work is that they start out with one anchor, and then as they kind of grow their empire, they build more and more. Essentially, if they get eventually, if they get to the point where they control a large portion of the galaxy, the Aberrants show up, and they are just more unbidden that just hate each other. And then a third faction shows up. They're all the same kind of extra-dimensional species, but they all hate each other. So essentially, you have the galaxy not only being fought by the local powers against the invaders, but then these three invaders are fighting each other.
These invaders start fighting each other?
Yeah,
okay,
so
yeah.
I thought summoning them early would have been actually just a massive change to the game, but instead they were still so weak that the Sovereignty avoided them entirely and destroyed the one anchor. They did not prioritize building another, and that kind of means this whole thing petered out. I saw someone else ask for another crisis. The problem is, and I've tested this out, when I hardwire the crisis, and this may be just because the game just already decided where they show up, they only show up in my space. Like, as if I summon the Scourge,
so we're always going to be the ones who are dealing with whatever crisis we bring.
So I haven't done it enough times to confirm it for true, but like the 5 times I tested it, every time they are supposed to show up on the rim of the galaxy, they always show up in my territory. So if we wanted to summon something that spawned over here and effed with the Rizaraki, I don't think I could intentionally do it. So sadly, this is going to have to be a bit of a disappointment unless we find something more interesting to do after we defeat these guys.
The Eternal Empire just lived on with a bit of a fizzle instead of a bang.
We threw all our fleets at the enemy and won. It was kind of easy.
Done.
It took 2 years.
We had a few casualties, but nothing major. Is the Kaiserin still in power? Did she get...
Yeah, no, she lived long. She's not even 200 yet. She's had quite the adventurous life.
Debris has been analyzed.
Okay, extra-dimensional... Okay, so we did get some extra-dimensional weaponry research. In fact, you know what? That's probably so important. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys to stop whatever you're doing and work on that.
Oh, thank you, Cat Queen Gravity, for the gifted subs. Throwing 5 gifted subs, adding to the Eternal Empire's power.
Yeah, see, now they're just being chased down by the... okay, now it's suddenly
all of a sudden.
Yeah, all hands on deck. Let's defend Disney World. Is that the whole fleet? Okay, you guys go ahead and get upgraded, but then we're chasing them down. We're not letting the Sovereignty take all the fucking glory.
Super Mutants headcanon. I like to imagine that the Vamps purposely summoned the Unbidden to buy themselves a bit of breathing room. They tried to make the Sovereignty summon them in enemy territory, but then they summoned them outside the borders. The Vamps tried to fight them to be seen as heroes, but the Sovereignty stopped the invasion while the Vamps were being targeted. Basically, it's essentially what happened. Just summon them to buy time with summon them to make us unite against an enemy.
I mean, as long as they have these construction ships, they might be able to build another anchor. I'm not sure. I don't think so, though. I don't think we'd get that game message that said, "Hey, the invasion's almost over." It was like they could still build another anchor. Alright, go get more of that precious tech.
Welcome to the stream, Gerlo. I'm sorry to disappoint you saying, oh, is this the end time phase of the game? It's looking
It
like
still is.
Crisis.
You know, for
Looks like crisis
another,
may have been averted.
yeah, another year of in-game time. We're still dealing with a crisis. It's still an emergency. Like we have.
Come on, guys, things are still bad.
Yeah, the Empire's technically vulnerable. Like we have to amass our entire fleet over here to make sure we don't lose
Victory
much.
isn't that certain, fellas. The opposite of like your hype man, just someone whose job is to make you think it's still crisis times.
We're still in danger. We're still in danger.
Boss says he works best under pressure, so we hired this guy to just always make things seem like they're worse than they are.
Retake Disney World. Yeah, see, this is what I was thinking you guys were gonna fall victim to when you started. Instead, you decided to just focus on me. You spread yourself thin. Because now it's suddenly important that they beat the sovereignty off of these systems. Off of, not off on. Dirty, dirty people. But now it's too late. You can't rebuild an anchor, so you're kind of just fighting for 3 systems. You disappoint me, Unbidden.
Unbitchin', more like it.
Like a bitch.
There's a light over the newly established colony.
Cat Green Gravity with 500 bits saying, question about your videos. I've noticed some Metal Gear videos had scenes removed for YouTube. Are they available anywhere else on Twitch and YouTube? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure whatever videos we have of our Metal Gear stuff is what's left, because I don't think we really saved a lot of those archives.
Yeah, I don't think they were saved on Twitch. Though. I think it was YouTube or bust for those.
Yeah, I think so. Sorry about that. Didn't realize it would be a problem, I think, until we uploaded them, and then YouTube was like, we're not going to give you money for these. They have Metal Gear cutscenes. That's like a movie.
So the worst thing is, after they destroy the starbase, they make the system like you have never surveyed it before. So we have to make sure we not only get the tech, but we survey these systems again before the sovereignty comes in and, yeah, gobbles them back up. We might get one more system out of the deal if we're fast. I vote we try the endgame crisis again, but spawn all 3 at once. Who's with me? I'm not with you, because I feel like that's gonna turn what was kind of a disappointing ending to one where it's like I can't do anything, throw my hands up in the air and watch the Empire slowly burn. Because we probably have to deal with the Unbidden invading on one side, the Scourge invading on another, and then a contingency taking away 2 of our worlds from us. So yeah, very spectacular, but also just makes me sad. You know, so the one thing, it's kind of weird, but the one thing we could do is, once we finish off the Unbidden, research the tech and realize it wouldn't really help us out anywhere. I could quickly update the game to the Dick patch and we just spend some time exploring what changed. That's just off the top of my head. Oh, but let's watch the end of the Unbidden. I don't care. Invasion defeated! The last Wow, that didn't even take an hour. The last vestiges of the extra-dimensional invaders have been wiped out, hopefully ridding the galaxy of its threat for good. Sapients everywhere are celebrating the news of this great victory, safe at last. Like, 3/4 of the galaxy never cared that they won't be harvested as food by these strange energy creatures after all. Perhaps this is the beginning of a new era of galactic cooperation and friendship.
No! This is how Y2K felt to us after it was diverted. It was just like this. It wasn't a problem. What are you talking about?
Exactly. Now we just have to make sure the sovereignty doesn't steal our stuff from us. In fact, stop researching. Just stop. What does the extra-dimensional weaponry do? Matter disintegrator. Hailing from another dimension, the core technologies of the matter disintegrator bend several physical laws for destructive results. Odd thing for them to use given that it's bad against shields. But it's not bad. Like, comparing to the plasma cannon, it isn't as bad as dealing with shields. It chews through armor slightly worse, but when it gets to the hull, it can really just tear a ship apart.
Cool.
So yay, we did it!
I can't believe the end of the world was so not that scary.
Yeah, and already the sovereignty begins to rebuild.
There was an era of peace, and the Eternal Empire shrugged in disappointment.
The Kaiserin shrugged. There's your Ayn Rand book. Does anyone like us more for fighting these guys?
Come on, guys. Wasn't that neat?
Didn't we all have fun? Nope. Not even close. I mean, of course the Tronzar hate us. That's been a long time
Rumor on the street is it was the Eternal Empire who invited the Unbidden. They, in fact, were bidden.
Yeah, they were bidden by us. Crap.
No wonder they were so weak. They couldn't even get their name straight.
Yes, I'm sure the historians will touch it up and make it look a lot more grand in the future.
Crisis was narrowly avoided.
A study has been completed. A system survey has concluded.
Alright. Go ahead and rebuild that. We might get one more system out of the deal. A net gain for the Empire.
A system survey has concluded.
How much did our total score go up? I don't actually think by enough to beat the Wizaraki. Yep, nope. We've got... Honestly, I don't remember the crisis bonus being so low, but it's only 4,000 on top of what we already had. Yeah, so the Wizaraki are still ahead when it comes to score, but they're not going to get that score for another 150 years, which at this point, I don't feel like playing out. It's kind of on me. I could have set the end game date a lot shorter, and I didn't. I don't know what I was thinking when I first set this up, but yeah. See, they're about to rebuild the freaking starbase. Yeah, no, they already. Yep. So we didn't even get an extra freaking starbase out of the deal. That's disappointing. Unbidden, you disappointed me.
What a disappointing bidden.
Our mighty empire was mildly inconvenienced.
Well, see, this just goes to show we're too powerful, too eternal. Nothing could be done.
All right, guys. I'm not sure what to do at this point. We've got
Can we start a ruckus? Can we do something somewhere? Like, I understand it's not going to be in our best interest, but if this is the last time we peep the Eternal Empire, we might as well go out on something.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the only thing we can really do is declare war on. I mean, I guess we could try and subjugate the coalition. That wouldn't be a totally fruitless fight.
Like, I feel like we've kind of hated the Tronzaru since day one. I know they're probably outgunning us maybe at this point, or have some more stuff, but I feel like it's just, hey, you know what? One last middle finger in your eye. These are the end times. We're in the end game now, Cap. You know, all that stuff.
They are still at war with the Zealots, but I think they're about to exterminate them. Alright, let me...
Riverwalkie also has a point. We could just use console commands to give ourselves extra resources and launch all the wars.
I don't know. I feel like we're gonna use console commands. Might as well just delete the Tronzaru.
Hey, Quinn, you can just save now, and then we'll start using console commands, and just, you know, we'll do a little what if scenario.
All right, hold on. The thing is, I don't remember all the console commands by heart, so I at least have to pull up a separate window just to look at them all again.
Must give the people what they want, and what they want is blood, Quinn. You knew this going in.
I did. I just didn't. I thought the only console command I'd have to use would be to summon the Crisis. I didn't think the Crisis would be such a massive disappointment.
We're vampires, goddammit. We'll get our blood one way or another. These fangs is getting wet.
Alright, let's see here.
Omega syntax. To be fair, the Gay Tempest was way more of a threat than the Unbidden.
True.
That gay agenda came out swinging.
Alright, let's see. Create Navy. Creates a fleet using your most recent designs. Uses amount of naval capacity, which we've already somewhat superseded. You know what? Why not? That one seems relatively simple. In fact, it's actually unclear what it makes the fleet out of, but it'd be nice to see what it does, so...
Do it!
Alright. Create Navy, and I think it should be 0.5.
A study has been completed.
Jesus!
Are you ready for war?
427k.
Is a fleet? Do we need a fleet name?
Yeah. Do you have a fleet name?
Honestly, this top one by Ranger Boy was specifically for AI, but I think it works even better in this context. Hashtag lifehack.
Actual hashtag or that spelled out?
It has the actual hashtag in there, but if that doesn't work, we don't. I'm okay dropping it. But...
Lifehack, not live hack.
Because we did
it works.
We did definitely hack to get this.
You know what? If we're gonna go this, I know there's one more console command I can put in that just makes this a complete farce. Though I guess I should have saved before I summoned that fleet. I'll save now. I'll save.
We have forever.
Yeah,
now it's permanently part of the history.
Already
Don't worry about it, kids.
Broken. Save. Alright, so let me double check what this one is. Which one is it? There we go. So you know what? Here's the story I have in mind. After glimpsing the extra-dimensional threat, the telepaths of the Eternal Empire look into the void and see something beyond the shroud. See something so inconceivable that their universe can't really touch it, but they learn how to cloak that extra-dimensional energy around their ships, making them indestructible.
I like it. They couldn't be touched.
So now, not only do we have our hashtag life hack, but all of our fleets are invincible.
What they didn't realize was why we bid the Unbidden was to gain their brilliant shields that not even they knew how to use.
Let's see. I don't want to just try and conquer you. I have to think of a better casus belli. So I can't demand their vassalization. Relative power is greater than or equal to superior relative to the core. So what is it now? Equivalent. You have to be much stronger than them. That's actually very disappointing. Oh, and I can't demand anything from them. Alright, so what?
Then we just go straight for the throat. These disgusting squids offend me.
I'm trying to... Because the thing is, if it's only for a claim, I'd only be able to snag up what I've already spent influence on. And I'd rather, just devour them whole. But because of their war...
Yeah,
actually, you know what? Better idea. Are you still at war?
Definitely.
You are. Shit. So I can't even get the subjugation justification for you.
Sci-Fi Wizard Man says, Total War says that whatever you conquer, you keep. No claims, no diplomacy, just destruction.
But I'd actually have to conquer each individual system, and it is...
We have that invincible fleet.
You're right. Sure. Oh my gosh, the garage door keeps going. Okay, anyway, declare war. Total war. Declared.
We have declared war.
War were declared.
I mean, so hold on. If all of our fleets are invincible, does that mean our planet cracker is invincible too? Can it just come in and not have any fears and just blow shit up?
I think so.
Then we gotta move that baby. We didn't buy this fucking bird if we aren't gonna fly it.
Well, let's start with their capital. Where did they end up putting that? They lost it. They actually lost their home world to the Coalition ages ago. So where did they end up making their new capital? Gotara. Alright, well, unpause. There's no... Oh, because of the frickin' star bases. Yikes. Alright, well, hold on.
Ignore Starbase console command.
I wonder if that's actually in here.
Yeah, look,
Well, so here... Let's see.
We botched the sovereignty into ending the crisis, which gave us God mode. Just the game didn't realize it, so we had to turn it on for it.
So I wonder what happens if I type out... Oh, did I spell that wrong? Invalid subject. Okay, so how do I...
You have to click on it or something, or have it be a highlighted thing.
Because I know if I do the megastructures, it tells me... Are you kidding me now? Oh, you know what? Easy check. Let's find out if pirates can destroy our starbase.
Vant Planet also asking if Al is also invincible.
No clue. I was going to send him somewhere to find out. I think if our starbase is invulnerable, Al's probably invulnerable.
Construction venture completed.
Okay, yeah, they're shooting at our starbase and it's not taking any damage, so that answers that. I'm pretty sure, but everything is good. So how do I get the IDs for the empires? Species IDs can be read by hovering over a species in the species menu. Hover over an empire's flag in the context menus. Okay, so what I want to do, open the context, hover over You. Whoa, stop doing that.
Too much moving.
Yeah. It doesn't want to tell me their ID code. I probably have to have, like, debug mode on. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Hey.
So we could do... Uh-oh, the game did not like that.
Uh-oh. Did we break it?
I think I just told it to integrate a very big thing, and it's like, hold on. Because I got the code right.
It's squinting.
Oh, there we go.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I just ate the coalition. Hey, shrimp people! Uh-oh.
Inari calamari.
Oh, and because we started claiming oh my gosh. Okay, pause. The game does not like this.
Wait. We have become gods, and you will treat us as such. We will take your universe in tribute.
Construction venture completed.
We don't even want it, we just want a burnt offering.
Okay, so we've devoured the coalition. You know what? Hey, Wizaraki, you had it way too effing good for way too effing long. Oh, I didn't put in the underscore. Another big empire to eat.
Yoink. Alright, yeah, let the game process, let it crunch some numbers real quick. Here's the thing. We are now tripping forward into the timeline where this is after the Eternal Empire had finally gained its strength and started consuming empire after empire. And now we're checking in.
I think at this point, if they're not cybernetic and therefore immune to our psychic powers, we're just mind controlling them. Which means the Tronzaru stand alone, being the only robotic species left.
We've eaten every organic in the galaxy, and now we've come for the robots.
Yes. So you know what? Let's integrate everyone in the galaxy except for the Tronzaru. If the game will let me.
That's the timeline I subscribe to. Also, I can definitely tell doing this, I think, is maybe doing something to your computer, because like Discord starts cutting out a bit for me when you.
Don't worry, sweetie. We're almost done. Just one more empire. You can do it. There we go. I don't care.
Now that's an Eternal Empire.
Yep, just letting these run. Yeah, we are. I mean, the game was broken when this decided to just pop up on the map and stay here.
Yeah, we knew the universe was void at that point. I also like Cody Weetalk's suggestion of making the Kaiser an immortal, if that's something we can do.
Okay, pause the game again. Give it digest.
You gotta sit with these.
I'm pretty sure I can give our leader traits because they have an ID. Let's see. Add trait. So I have to find out the trait ID. So we need to have the Kaiser's ID and the trait ID. Luckily, we do have. Well, I mean, I'm gonna go find the chosen one.
Oh yeah.
And now we're at the top of the list.
Weird how that works.
So go ahead, show me the leaders, and which one of you is the chosen one? Okay, so why doesn't that get a trait? Reveals all trait IDs for that class. So maybe that doesn't count. Alright, well I can at least do this. So go back to her. 67109032. Wonder if I can actually remember that. Add a trait leader. No. Do not change the name of the Empire. I can't look at her. Did anyone type that? I think it was 671090. Okay, luckily it doesn't delete the text.
Nice.
Read two. So if I just do that, it'll give me a list.
Okay.
A giant effing list. Okay, she's already there we go. Leader, trait, ruler, chosen. So that's what I want. So I want add trait leader 67109032. Forget the last two digits. Hey, I remembered it. But it's 90, not 60. And then where I want, do I just put 94 or do I type that all out? Okay, no, I have to type it out. Leader, trait, ruler, chosen. Alright, she's now the chosen one.
Excellent.
Which means she also is immortal, as a net result. Alright, let's just start taking shit.
Let's do it.
I don't care.
Weird.
We are going to get so many of these. It is going to
There's
slowly
so much crime.
fitting.
The galaxy doesn't even know what to do. Our unemployment is absurd.
Oh my! Look at all those freaking.
Bonkers.
Look at all those fleet combat notifications. Oh my god! I can hear the cooling fan on my computer
look at our
knocking up a
energy.
notch. Oh my god. Oh wow.
What will
Okay,
you
hold
do?
on. We gotta do something with this.
That's how the galaxy ends, with thunderous applause.
Okay, hold on. Can I go ahead and call the session? Which one's that? I know it's one of them.
Oh, Warud, you've come in on a good time, saying I was here for the first episode and haven't been able to catch a stream since. What's going on? We now own the galaxy. Well, every organic life form in the galaxy. Or at least we're getting there. Because the end of the world wasn't as interesting as we thought it would be, so we've decided to spice things up.
Okay, so if I do force Senate
Super Mutant
vote.
says we have no energy and our energy costs are 17k a year.
Huh, apparently that does not work. Well, don't worry, I can just do this.
Give us infinite energy.
Yep.
Yes. Sagebridge, if we took the time to rename systems, that would be the rest of the stream.
That would probably not. That would probably be a whole lot more than the rest of the stream. We'd be here
Yeah.
till midnight.
That would be the next couple streams.
There's like 400 systems in this game.
we drew this line in the sand, knowing that there would be
Yeah,
no
you
more.
know what? Just get rid of the outliner. That is not going to help me. It's whatever I see. Everything else is delegated. Oh, you know what? We forgot. The zealots are still here. What's your name?
We would definitely reach the Frieza point of just naming our planet numbers after this point with how many we're gonna be getting.
Imperial System 69. All right. So it was. What was the command? Integrate faction. Luckily, these are in alphabetical order, so it's not impossible to find what I'm looking for. Force integrate. the game goes, wait, they're an awakened empire. You can't do that.
That's not how.
They only have one system, game. It shouldn't be that hard to compute.
Wonder. There's probably a limit to how big a Twitch chat message can be, isn't there? Because if we're basically beyond naming stuff, I was just gonna post what I had left as a list in here and see if it would let it send.
It should work. I mean, especially, I mean, if all else fails, you could use the broadcaster.
Oh,
They
reach
did.
character limit of 500. So yeah. So you can only have a 500 character message, I guess.
Well, now I'm worried. I'm wondering if the game gets a divide by zero result if you try to integrate a. Wait, a trade association? They weren't the trade association. Oh, they were 9. Whoops. I got the number wrong. The war exhaustion for the Tronzaro is already at 34. Whoops, 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 whoops. Well, that's going well.
I'm just posting my list in pieces.
There we go. Now we have the Zealots. Yep. Now the Shrimp people and the Sovereignty are quasi-independent, but now we're pretty much just eating the Tronzaro.
Construction venture.
This is the end game you wanted, guys, right? Is this what you wanted?
Is this what you were looking for?
What was hinted at when we summoned the Unbidden was only the beginning. Yeah, sure. Hey, Shroud, what can you give us
Just
now?
starting.
Sure, we'll take the... Yeah, we'll take that. Bye. Oh my god. It's gonna be moving fleets and dismissing dialogue windows. I'm gonna have to keep doing that for energy credits, though.
We're gonna have to keep cashing our credit checks.
No, that's the wrong command. That, I think, actually closes the game, so never mind.
Hey, there's rising unemployment and Grammy's secret ingredient. We probably ought to stop.
We also
everything
have
and go
dead
and deal with that.
scientists.
That's true, Dark Nova. We are the end game crisis.
Eat your
That's
heart
all
out,
I've ever wanted.
Nemesis.
Yeah.
I don't need
the
20
Nemesis
bucks.
update?
I just got console commands.
Though I do feel like the more I hear about that update, if we had just waited to start this campaign,
I mean,
then that would've
yeah,
been
but we
exactly
wouldn't
what
have we wouldn't have gotten here for another 20 weeks after finishing
true, fair enough.
Civilization. And I didn't know that that was happening until like 15 weeks into the game.
Also true.
Everyone gets increased benefits. It really doesn't matter anymore.
Basically for show at this point.
Yeah, by all means, keep throwing whatever you got at my tiny little fleets, forgetting that they're invincible. Oh, okay, well, it looks like the sovereignty's got some issues. Hold on, we can fix that.
Seeing a lot of clamor to revive Laboon. I don't know, guys. Laboon did his time. Maybe he can rest.
He wouldn't want to see what we've become.
He wouldn't want to. He wouldn't want to be part of this. Not with what we've become. Not how far we've gone now.
We've fallen too far.
He'd be
Hey,
like,
everyone.
Console commands, really?
Yeah, you know, all of you over here. What? Oh my god. Game does not like that. I know it can't deal with the FTL stuff. I would like to just say, hey, you know what? Just start heading in this general direction. Because now it's just, I'm giving commands to everything in the galaxy.
Yeah, if you thought the micromanaging was time-consuming before.
Well, I've got a story for you. Oh yeah, you know, life hack. You need to get in here too.
Yeah. You're what started all this. When we realized we could create fleets from nothing. The tide of the war completely changed.
Oh look, we already got Gatra.
Construction venture completed.
Gotcha. Blow it up. Do we have the cracker?
We do.
I don't want to see it anymore if I know it was home to those disgusting cyborg things.
And now that we don't have to worry about an actual war, we can just watch it blow up the planet for once.
Beautiful. Yeah. Games are so much more fun when you cheat.
Craft Your Rogue, what happened to the Unbidden? They all died like 30 minutes into the stream. At this point, we are just breaking the game.
Turns out the final boss was laughable. Our pawns took it out before we even got a chance.
Yeah, no. For those that missed it, while the Unbidden decided to just throw all of their fleets at us, on which they crashed like water on rock, the Sovereignty went, "You just left your dimensional anchor undefended. We'll just take that." And then they did, completely stopping the invasion because they couldn't summon anything else to the tear. So, yeah, that took about 40 minutes. We thought, hey, you know what? How else are we going to kill time? So, we just settled on breaking the game.
If you could, like, send any one object back in time, not like you're going back in time with it to take over, but you're sending this object to either influence or cause chaos, to just show up overnight in like a medieval city for them to discover, what would you throw there? Because like, I was thinking,
I can bring
apparently
anything to any time.
Anytime, any one object.
Any single object. Okay.
Like there is, and it like literally anything. So like, I found a life-size statue of Gogeta and Broly in Hong Kong Times Square fighting, where they like have rubble. Yeah, just drop that in the middle, because like statues are in like made of gods and everything. They're always like a story device. So, and they're black and white. So if this colored statue of two giant, weird-haired colored beings pops out in Camelot,
that would. All right, I could definitely see that causing.
Well,
some
do I pick the specifics of where and when, or it's just this goes somewhere in medieval times?
It has to be. I'm gonna say around like 25,000 years between medieval to like Roman era. You can choose anything in that like time.
I'm going to bring a.
You're not bringing. You're dropping off.
Yeah, sorry.
You don't. You do like you can drop off like a vaccine.
I don't get to do anything with it.
You like people are like you could drop off a vaccine, but like they're not. What are they gonna do with a syringe that they find on the street overnight? They're gonna think this is. I don't fucking know. They're not gonna put it in them.
I'm going to drop a lighter, and I'm going to leave it in like 100 BC, like not super early where they're just cavemen and they throw it, but like early enough to where like someone would eventually accidentally flick the switch correctly and a fire would happen, and they'd be like, wait,
they'd get like really frustrated trying to figure it out, and they'd throw it on the ground and it would
like
flick
a
the
pocket
thing.
flint.
Ooh, I was thinking maybe just send back like a small skyrise. Just like now there's a building there, and like it'd be so funny to see that building in a history book.
I would leave a fidget spinner somewhere in ancient Greece.
Oh no!
You'd ruin
them.
Millennia later, everyone will be surprised, and then they'll be like, history just is a big loop. It's all repeating.
Oh man, just staring at it on my desk. A can of air would be awesome. Just
that, or the thing I would do, like I would be the real screwy guy where I would just leave like a modern college U.S. history book, and I would drop it at the signing of the Declaration.
But they can't. Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, wait, if you could go and ask for clarification on anything that is in a textbook, like Declaration of
know.
Independence, they're like, everyone's like, what does right to bear arms mean? They weren't really specific on that.
Yeah. Hey guys, hold on. We've been having some issues a few hundred years later, and we want to see
So
exactly what you meant.
come back from the future, like bloodied up with bare arms. It's like, guys, this is becoming an actual issue. People are dying in schools because of this.
We can't do these arms. We don't realize this is what you meant.
Yeah, this is you did more harm than good, gentlemen.
I keep thinking of like
Quinn,
leaving some kind of seeds from like genetically modified food from today.
Oh,
and
like
just
literally,
seeing what
like-
happens.
Just the actual seedlings.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like an invasive species problem, but it's with food.
Okay, yeah, if you could drop any two things, I would drop 2 ants onto America 3,000 years early, just so they take over and are the dominant species.
I like Van Planet's go to a long gone empire and give them a textbook of how their empire collapsed. I am now adjusting my answer. I'm going to take that U.S. history book. I'm dropping it on King George's lap the week after he sends the colonists to the New World. Just like, here's what you did.
I always wonder, it's like, someone tell Hannibal that's like, hey, if you fuck this up, Carthage is gone.
Let them know.
Or maybe like the Gundam statue, but like have it pointing, the life-size Gundam statue in Japan, but have it pointing at like a sphinx and drop it just in Egypt.
I'd have it just like buried in Antarctica somewhere, and people would be like, what?
Have it like... That's so good, just encased in ice, like they find a giant ice wall, and as it melts throughout the ages, like an image in it is just slowly being, like, the opacity's going up.
I'd get, okay, does this count as a single object? I'd get one of those picture frames that you can put an SD card in and just have it cycling through photos.
I'll count that as a single object.
It's a single object.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
the Broly statue is like, his head and shoulders are 2 different pieces, so.
I feel like I always hear that, like, Da Vinci invented the helicopter, like, and just no one really knew how to put it together until later. So I would just give him one of those picture frames, and I would just fill it with some of the most advanced schematics of, like, our current technology, and just see if we could give him a jump start on anything.
Oh man, no, just give him a battery and some cables and see what he comes up with. Don't give him the influence of modern art. Let him be himself.
That, or I'd be like really wholesome with it. I would find out about artists who like really started getting famous or making money after they died, and just like leave a thing for them that's just like, you know, some sort of like really thoughtful thought piece on one of their pieces of work that they would just never get to see.
Do you think if I sent back Leonardo DiCaprio's ear before he cuts it off?
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio. I said that because I couldn't remember his...
Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah,
No,
Leonardo
oh my gosh,
DiCaprio.
no, that's not even the same. I got off the Leonardo
Van
track.
Gogh?
It's Van Gogh, yeah. Hey, I'm trying to conquer the universe with console
No,
commands. I'm
Quinn, you're
distracted.
allowed. I'm not. I'm
My-
more
my
fun-
one-
I don't believe
my
that. I'm staring at Google. I don't see you playing video games.
I mean, my one defense is I got too attached to the Leonardo part. I should have completely distrusted everything you said.
Should have known. You can't
But
trust
yeah.
a word that comes out of his mouth.
I sent back little Peep's ear, little Peep Painter Boy ear before he cuts it off.
Yeah. Just go, here,
Would
send
that
this
freak
instead.
him out?
I would. Okay, if I just have control of time, I would go to Van Gogh, let him cut off his ear, take his ear, go back in time, drop it just a few minutes before he cuts it off. Be like, send this instead, because I think
Yeah.
the story is he sent it to a woman. Like it was a gesture of love. And then
Yeah,
it
I'd
was-
always
and
heard
then
that it was
just-
like
and then it just
something at
became like
school.
a thing where it was just like, well, now everyone thinks you're crazy.
Yeah. There's some like weird documentaries on how he actually died. Because there's like some movie that has like a weird romantic depiction of it where he kills himself.
I have a copy of How to Draw Anime and Manga on Michelangelo's lap.
That would be an interesting result.
No, you know what would be so good? If you travel back in time with it. You somehow he's working on the ceiling or whatever in the chapel.
You know,
And,
what would
like,
make these
Wait, that's
cherubims
now
even
that's
better?
someone else.
Yeah, no, I know my architects. But whoever the hell's working on the 16th chapel or whatever, where he's painting it, and he like in the middle of like day 5, where he's like got everything lined out, but you come in the next day and you somehow replaced it with the finished one, and you're just like, yeah, I was just bored, waiting on you.
I was getting impatient. I would bring a copy of
A study.
Avengers Endgame and just leave it in a young Stan Lee's door.
What's this circular thing? How do I play it? Is it vinyl? He puts it on a vinyl record player and just scratches the hell out of it.
Ziltoid bringing up that now we gotta just do Raphael and Donatello to hit up all the turtles. I know what, like, you know, I know Michelangelo's got the chapel. I know Da Vinci or Leonardo had plenty of stuff. I honestly do not know Raphael and Donatello from the Ninja Turtles, like any of their actual namesakes work.
Who did the Virgin Mary sculpture? I feel like that was one of them.
Was that one of them?
Yeah, I don't know which one though.
Blue shirt says Donatello had some cool statues, so it was probably him.
And that sounds like Donatello.
Raphael was a painter.
Was it Donatello who made the Thinker?
I thought that was Michelangelo.
I don't think
I might be
so.
wrong.
My gut wants to say no, but I already confused Da Vinci with Van Gogh, so I don't have any dog in this fight.
I really didn't have any art appreciation classes or anything where I learned about this stuff. I think everything I know about like art, like this, like fine art, whatever.
Rembrandt was the thinker,
A study.
Okay.
according to Mistress Bird.
Well, it could be by Mr. Spurton. He's just offloading the credit.
All right, so I've given all these fleets their orders, and I gotta go to the bathroom, so I'm just gonna let this run
You're
wild.
just gonna let the war play out?
Yeah.
We'll keep discussing high art here. Ooh, I like Van Planet's suggestion of creating a model of a UFO and burying it in ancient Egypt somewhere.
So they knew about the planet somehow back then. They were able to like look through like a piece of glass with cheese, and they were like, oh, that's Mars or Pluto, or Pluto's like a modern discovery, like 30 years ago, but everything else.
I think they still saw them more as just celestial bodies. I don't think they recognized them as planets. I think they just looked at stars and they charted stars and were able to kind of somewhat figure out stuff. And then these stay here, so they must be different.
I mean, wait.
You know what I mean.
Aren't the planets named after gods, though?
Yes, but I think that's something we did retroactively. I might be wrong.
Okay, I wasn't sure if they like. I don't know. You know, I do remember seeing that. That's like someone with a telescope discovered this, and it was like 18 or maybe no. That sounds like way too early for my crediting this. But yeah, I always get like freaked out when it's like, oh, he had mold on his desk and he cured what?
Like people who figured out crazy connections to cure stuff or whatever.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I'd like to think that you could send back medicine and everything, but it's like so doesn't work.
Jean Best Start says planets are indeed named after Roman gods and have been since at least the Middle Ages. So to me, that sounds like the Romans did not name the planets after their gods. That was something we did, and by we I mean
okay, but the Middle Ages that's still like way before we have.
That's still probably before anything you and I would recognize as a telescope.
Like, I want to know when somebody like, because like how it is, what it is like glass in different shapes overlapping each other. I want to know where somebody got the idea for that, like molding glass into a shape or pressing it. I'm honestly not sure how glass is like. Shaped.
Blow glass.
Yeah, I know it's made of sand. I watched that one Aladdin cartoon episode where I learned that.
Mm-hmm.
But
I always like that concept of like superheating sand until it's glass, just like, you know, this desert city in this cartoon, this anime thing was bombed, and now it's just literally glass. Like that's
cool fucking Zuko and Toph could have been a really cool team up in the desert.
Tuckendorf says glass is ground down for lenses. You grind it smooth so you can see it.
Okay. Is it? I imagine it's pressed and then ground. Is it like
Probably.
a rotating?
Ecusfirth, I'm sure something called a telescope was around by the end of Galileo's life. I don't know if it's. I guess when I said something you and I would recognize as a telescope, I guess I meant more advanced telescopes. The concept of the telescope, I'm sure, existed by that point.
Well, I mean, he had to be able to see the Galilean moons.
Yeah, were you here when we were talking about like when did telescopes happen? Are you smarter than us, Quinn?
As for when they happened, no clue. But I know Galileo had to be able to at least look at Jupiter and see 4 moons. And you don't really see that with the naked eye.
And recognize that they were in some sort of orbit, I guess.
Do you know how big the fucking sky is? Do you know how lucky all these people were that they were just like, oh, I saw it. Or is it that like everybody is looking up at the sky and like the one who found it are the famous people?
Probably. There's probably some layer of that. You were just lucky that you happened to be in a very populated part of the sky.
I'm also sure there's like a bunch of false calls out there that
and all those people who had to deal with city lights anymore.
Yeah, exactly. all the light leak from King Arthur's castle.
Yeah.
I do
what do you
wonder
think King
sometimes
Arthur's doing about the carbon offsets? Go ahead, Quinn.
I always wonder, just because, you know, us living in these modern times when we have streetlights and whatnot, the light pollution is always there, but just how dark it was at night to only have like a fire.
Yeah, I think a lot of like, well, I guess depending on when and where you're talking, but like I feel like through a lot of human history, we had like torches and street lights and stuff. So I would think there would be a layer of light pollution even in pretty early days.
But definitely not enough to completely blank out the star like today.
Oh yeah, not enough. I would think like, yeah, nowhere near where we are now, but certainly.
I mean, but like
some of the more distant and smaller stars.
But you have to think about it. Is like lamp fluid or whatever a commodity?
Oh shit!
Like people live in fucking poor times back then, dude. We always like visualize it in like movies where it's like, all these things are lit.
There it goes.
Baboom! Take that.
Pindravosk, which sounds like a Star Wars name.
I have an idea. Can we just mod these scenarios into Civilization?
I definitely would be able to do it.
I don't know if they'll be as
Okay, hold on.
as we've made.
Thanks to our massive diplomatic power, we finally passed the 5-year plan, which means unemployed people can
Wait,
move
so
around
after
on
basically blowing up our only oppressor, we now get full control of the Senate? Is that basically what
Yeah, no, because we took all of their diplomatic power. We have...
Excellent.
We're pretty much... I'm about to call a vote to make me the Senate, but we're already essentially the Senate anyway, because the only other people in the galaxy are either the Tronzari or our clients. So we could approve it, but we'd have to essentially free our slaves.
I don't know if I like the freeing the slaves clause.
We could just give them the barest minimum to comply, or we could not submit, but we'd be in breach of galactic law, which seems odd since we are the galaxy.
I'll let you decide, Quinn. I trust your judgment.
It's like we just want these. It's like at this point, it's not. it's almost like neo-colonialism. They're slaves to us one way or another. We just want them to have enough.
They're slaves in everything but name.
Yeah, we just want them to have enough agency to where we do not have to ship them from world to world constantly. The logistic weight of it is just too much. So yeah, sure.
So I was gonna parse it and be like, "What's the issue?" Oh, I'm an expert on this. I'll vote. But then you said slavery, and I was like, I'm not touching this. I'm not going to be an expert on this.
Our empire of vampires has usually been a
Our
slave
German
empire.
empires had a checkered past from literally the first stream.
Yeah,
where
when we
us as
conquered
Germany was placed
Jerusalem.
next to Jerusalem, and I said we were going to conquer our neighbor. So yeah, no, we've had a questionable timeline since day one.
And God has let us know he's pissed because that city got constantly hit with volcanoes.
Yeah, after we conquered Jerusalem, it was just Volcano City and kept erupting.
So welcome to like a 25-week-long story in the making.
Yeah, you said that right as I clicked on your actual little preview on Discord, and I am like, what am I even looking at here?
Yeah, no, it started with Civ 6, and then I was like, oh, so we ended that scenario with taking over the world. Why don't I move
Has he been
over
like
to...
this the whole time?
Cutting out for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Quinn definitely has kind of cut out a little bit during the stream for me, but
well,
I
I think
on
my
stream itself.
I think my poor computer is getting pretty fed up with what I'm telling it to do right now.
So yeah, we've definitely yeah. I can definitely basically Quinn through context I can tell what you're saying, but I will be honest with you and say like maybe every fourth or fifth word you go quiet for like a second.
Well, at least I'm recording this locally, so it shouldn't be that much.
I'm assuming I sound okay since you haven't said anything. So
yeah, no, you and
it's a
Tyler
one-way
both
problem.
coming in clear.
Is it just like your computer's old or something? Because we got a nice computer sitting in the back office.
No, I mean my computer is 2 years old. I think it's just there are now 400 star systems it's trying to simulate, and I'm in control of all of them.
I'm God, and I just can't handle it.
The game just doesn't understand this kind of power.
Like every time I tell it to integrate a nation, the game's like, okay, you're gonna have to give me 5 minutes here.
Yeah, see, like right there, you were just like, get it, and that's all I got. And you're describing what the game was like.
Chat, you tell them. Okay, see, now you're choppy.
That's because I'm laughing.
Yeah, I think that was just him breaking his mic.
My laugh does not come off as human, apparently.
This is background noise, says Discord.
Dude, any kind of noise I make, it stops. No!
It recognizes.
This is killing me. That fucking sucks, because anytime I came into those streams where I'm just trying to like give an ad push to my stream, I would have the microphone really close, or I'd have my phone or speaker up to the microphone and I'd play off Google or off YouTube epic gaming music.
Nice.
Just being like, hey, come over here for, whoa, super based 3D prints. But like, you just hear me and not like a basic.
Yeah, all the
scoring.
background noise would be basically cut out.
That sucks.
We're losing like 300,000 energy credits every year.
I just like seeing all of those very red numbers at the top, which I know basically means you are over capacity. Stop. But we're cheaters now, so we don't care.
Is this a real-time view, or is it like every second is a year?
No, it's if you look at the thing in the top right, it's every day is like a second at normal speed.
Oh, okay. Do they have fun, wacky space characters like Pluto Gandhi?
We did find the head of like an ancient alien god, and then its followers found us and worshipped us because we had its head. And they were like, "Well, you must be our god then. He chose you."
Yeah, hold on.
Grant, I gotta
Yeah,
go because that just makes me want to talk about the Invincible stuff I told you last night.
Oh, yeah, that does sound like it goes to funny places.
That's all I want to talk about now. It's so stupid. Bye.
See you, Tyler. See, this is why it's fun when we do our streams through the company Discord. Anyone can show up. Tyler's the only one brave enough to.
Huh. Others are busy. Like, don't expect Sefin to randomly show up. He is always working on something.
I mean, yeah, he's just always working.
I forget who said it, but someone mentioned it earlier. Another explanation for how we got so powerful is the Kaiser ate Zarklon's head and became Space Jesus.
We consumed him and gained all of his powers, and it turned out his powers were infinity, and as well as the console command.
Yeah, the Hasukar were holding out on us.
What'd they have?
I'm kind of surprised that the logo's still down here. I guess because you can't...
It knows where it started.
Yeah, the border can't cross into the core, so it's kind of hard to put a single symbol anywhere that isn't, dead center. But
And there's no way to get like to the exact middle of the galaxy. I feel
yeah,
like
no,
we talked about
it's
this
always
before.
it's always had it. There's always. I think the explanation is probably
little-
it's so dense you can't navigate it.
Gotcha.
Vamp Planet, thank you for the
Thank you.
3,905 bits for how much your sprawl is over capacity.
That's how much sprawl we're going out of. Nicely done. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I remember the few times that was actually in check. Fond memories.
Shazzle Khan asking, Quinn, are you a Warhammer 40k fan?
Not a fan, but I at least follow enough of the universe to have fun with the if the Emperor had text to speech. Like I don't, so I don't play, what's the name? Battlefleet Gothic.
Never messed with any Warhammer stuff, but thematically I think I'd like it because it's basically just like fantasy stuff, but it's in space and future, right?
It's also very depressing because
Okay.
the whole explanation is like there used to be this golden age where mankind tried to conquer the galaxy and spread itself among the stars. Gods of chaos, which represent essentially all aspects of change and disorder, said that's too orderly, and so stole the emperor's babies, and it became a whole thing. Essentially, you have a point where the emperor, godlike emperor, is revered, which he didn't ask for, over an empire which is astoundingly decadent and disorderly, and you're constantly dealing with the existential threat of bugs from outside the galaxy, zombie robots, the four chaos gods that just want you to stop
bad.
being orderly, the stuck-up elves, the very perverted elves, the orcs, which are everywhere. Did I miss any major? Oh yeah, and then the Tau, which they try to introduce as actually a positive force, but when people complain, went, oh okay, so now they're kind of brainwashy. So it's just kind of sad, and honestly, life is depressing enough. I don't want to have to deal with all that.
Just a big space fantasy bummer.
Yeah. Why can't you move into that? No route. What about this one? I think the game's broken, because now it's not letting me move anything anymore.
Oh no.
Equisford, life is depressing enough. I don't want to have to deal with all that. Says anyone playing Pokemon Snap. All right, you know what? It's 8:42. I'm starting to get to the point where I can't move stuff around, so I think it's finally time.
I also didn't want to alarm you, but I feel like Discord has been getting more and more choppy as we go.
Okay, then hold on. I got one more command, I think.
Do it. Paradox, I would say the Transar Core can hold us back. They just continue to exist.
So now that I made it so they would accept any offer I give them, but I still can't click on this. So I guess I'm just gonna have to settle for integration.
Become a part of us.
Ah, I spelled integrate wrong, didn't I? And oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Come on. Assuming direct control.
Give me power. I want the Senate, he said.
Come on, computer. You can do it. Just one more empire to gobble up, and then you're done.
Thank you, Tuck and Dorf, for the 23-24 bits, saying last of my bits for the Empire. May it reign eternal.
All right.
I'm gonna say on this trajectory, we are.
Yep, nope, we've pretty much gotten the whole galaxy now. We just have to kind of integrate our subject empires.
And those who would oppose us have had their planets blown up.
Well, the game kind of doesn't have that kind of that default win state when there's essentially no way for you to lose. But that's it. I am currently integrating all of our empires. It's just going to take a while now that
they will all become one with us.
Oh my gosh, I can't even enter the command now because of all that.
Construction venture completed.
There we go. So, pause. Turn that off. Zoom it out. Right. There she is, folks. Nope. Nope. Don't do that. There. That's the Milky Way. 500 years after our
Build
ascension.
something on it, but we're good.
Next up, Andromeda.
Now we take the rest of the stars.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. It's 8:45, but if Discord's breaking down, my computer clearly doesn't like what I'm doing to this game. I'm gonna go ahead.
There
and
isn't
call
much more the galaxy could do to stop us.
Yeah, it's the bloody way now. Thank you. All right. Well, that is it for the Eternal Empire's takeover of the galaxy. I understand if there's some purists out there who probably think this was totally unearned. I agree with you, but time in our time on this world is finite, and I can only spend so much of it dragging Grant over here to watch me slowly take over the galaxy in bite-sized chunks. But Grant, I hope you at least enjoyed this much.
No, it was a very fun time. I still feel like there's a decent amount of this game that goes a little bit over my head, but I definitely see the appeal and really like I like how a lot of these systems interact, and I think the government and like the diplomacy stuff I think is really fascinating. And I know we went on kind of like an aggro path for ourselves, but I could see this being a really fun game to actually be diplomatic and play it kind of seriously.
Yes, hopefully, like I said, patch 3.0, the Dick update is out, and it does make a lot of the stuff I kept complaining about during the end game a lot more streamlined and convenient. So if that's what making you balk at checking out this game, I think the new patch helps solve it.
Cool. Well, I know I own this game. Like, I tried it years and years ago, I think. But yeah, after messing with it here, maybe I'll give it a peek if that patch has made it a lot more streamlined, I guess.
I do recommend it. I totally do. And for you guys out, there goes my stream alert. For you guys out there, thank you guys for joining us. I will be back tomorrow. Fingers crossed. It may end up being an hour late than usual, but I will be back checking out. Oh, you know what? So, sorry, I skipped over something. 3 o'clock tomorrow, we're having the Talkcast Pod Show. Nick and Scott will be discussing Invincible now that the whole season's been out in its entirety. That night, probably around 8, I'll be back at Persona 5 Strikers. Thursday is still a bit up in the air depending on how things settle, but we'll probably have a stream that night. Either I'll be checking out maybe Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I'm not sure when that's going to be publicly available.
Possibly.
But if it's not that, then it'll be Sea of Thieves with me, Nick, and whoever else wants to join us. Friday night, Grant, are you still doing the Magic Time Wizards? I forget.
Oh. Wait, I think Friday Magic Time Wizards is coming out, and we're doing the Q&A stream for that. I believe.
Yes, that's what I want to make sure, because Magic Time Wizards episode 2 should be out.
Sorry, you cut out there a little bit for me, but yes, that's what I believe is Friday.
Yeah, and that night, just like what we did for episode 1, Grant, Stefan, and Kieran will be out here talking about that episode.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, guys, I'm going to send you over to Nick, who I think is still going through Resident Evil Village. I just call it
Van Helsing, he calls himself.
Oh, well, good for him. Your raid message, because I feel like being a bit of a jerk, will be... I'm torn between All Hail the Kaiserin or Empire Eternal. What do you
Cut
think?
out for me. Empire what?
Okay, your raid message is Empire Eternal. I'm realizing Discord is not making conversation like this very helpful.
No, yeah, Discord's making this a little tough. But I think
he's raiding
Empire
now?
Eternal.
Okay, hold on. If Nick's done, then I won't send you over there. Hold on. I know Bracky's up. Is Bracky doing something? Yeah, okay, so Bracky's streaming. I'll send you over to Bracky. No, not /Brachyzoid. Raid Brachyzoid. There.
Come on, Twitch.
Okay, there we go. Alright, you know what? If you're saying that, then fine. All Hail the Kaiserin. It is spelled without an E. It's just Kaiser I-N at the end.
Kaiser in.
Go give Brachy a good time. Later.
Later, everybody.